Beer time, baby. Yeah. Pretty excited about today's beer time because it's my Friday and I like beer. So, there you go. So, I have already removed the tag, trying to keep your ears from getting damaged by the bag. On this day of Lent, I am giving up wearing tap shoes while jumping rope in a church. Well, how am I ever going to get my jump roping tap dance act blessed by the Pope if I can't do that in church? So, I don't think I'm going to go along with this. So restrictive. The Catholic Church is so restrictive. Jeez. So, let's open this bag. Oh, 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 oh. This is unexpected. This. I'm not a stranger to this, but it is unexpected. This is a Goose Island Bourbon County brand stout, the original. Yes. Here, let's don the specs and see what this bottle has to say. Stout aged in a bourbon barrel. Yes, Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels. Chicago made. The original bourbon barrel aged stout. And it says it develops in the bottle up to 5 years. Well, that's sort of sad because this bottle is from 2017, and that is a few years past 5 years. So, intense aromas of charred oak, vanilla, caramel, and smoke. I am not a stranger to the... Wow, 14.1% alcohol by volume. My goodness. It has the standard government warning on there, don't ride in a barrel over Niagara Falls if you're drunk and pregnant, even if it's a bourbon barrel. Enjoy in a snifter. I do not have a snifter. I do have, however, a goblet. So I think I could probably pour this into the goblet instead of the snifter. Usually I share these with my nephews, Tim and Brian. But we have not shared one in quite a few holidays. Usually we do it at like holidays, and we'll have like a fire pit going in the backyard, and we'll be out there freezing our butts off and drinking beer while huddling around the flames. Sadly, we haven't been able to do that because both of them are getting pulled in a million different directions. One of them because he's a relatively new father of a toddler, and the other one because he is newly engaged. So, Goose Island actually commissions their own bottles for the bottling of this. So there is one very odd thing about these bottles. It's how thick the neck is. And it's only got this tiny little lip here, and that's usually where the bottle capper slips in so that you can put the cap all the way on. And I've never tried to, put beer into one of these bottles, probably because I've never really owned one of the bottles. I'm usually getting these beers from my nephew, and then I don't know what he does with the bottles. So I should start asking for them, since I'm bottling up to brew. But from experience, I know that these are hard to open with a pocket knife. So I went out and got an actual bottle opener. And so we open. Ooh, wow. I could smell that from here. That's a big burst of smell there. So this as I said, I've had these before. Usually, we're drinking small amounts of it because it is a very intensely flavored beer. So a bottle like this would be split between the three of us. I'm going to drink this one all by myself. The hardships I must endure for your entertainment. So let's pour this out. And I don't need... I know that this doesn't really foam up, no matter how new it is in bottle. I got a good 2/3 of the bottle into the goblet before I stopped pouring. And as you can see, since it's an imperial stout, it is dark. Dark, dark, dark. It's dark as the black cards in a deck of cards. So, and let's dip our beaks in it and see what it smells like. I smell a lot of malt sugar. Malt sugar has a very distinctive smell. In addition to that, I can definitely smell that bourbon. So, smells really good. And as I said, I have had these before. So this is not necessarily a review, except for the fact that I don't know when I had a 2017 one. So let's review the 8-year anniversary of this beer. So let's see what it's like after 8 years in a bottle. Really nice. It's really nice. Not very effervescent at all, I imagine. But then again, they aren't. Typically, they're not a very effervescent beer because it's an imperial stout. They don't really try to carbonate in the bottle. I'm getting a lot of the roast on the grains and an undertone of chocolate. It didn't mention chocolate. It mentioned, let's see, vanilla, caramel, and smoke. Oh, and charred oak. But, vanilla is an element in chocolate. So it could be the combination of those flavors together are giving me those chocolate notes. Delicious. It is semi-sweet, but it also has a lot of flavor characteristics that aren't sweet. It is definitely an imperial stout. It is definitely a flavor punch in the mouth. This is a one and done beer. You don't necessarily need another beer to recover from this one. But if you continue drinking, you probably won't continue drinking more of these, especially not at 14% alcohol by volume. So the sweet comes at the end of the swallow, and it's riding on all of that burnt flavor. So, I think I'm probably going to take the rest of this upstairs and have it with my dinner, because it is definitely not one for just tossing back like I did with that beer the other day, where I pretty much drank the entire thing on video. If I did that with this, I don't know if I'd make it back up the stairs. So, at 14% alcohol by volume, that's a lot of alcohol in a pint bottle. And it is a pint bottle. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Goose Island. They at first I thought it was just another corporate brewery, but they have some really interesting offerings. And I used to be in a band that used to play there quite a bit down by Wrigley Field, and always had a good time there. And the first time they treated us horribly because most bars in that neighborhood have bands, and they basically you're getting paid by the cover charge. Who pays to get in to see you is the money that you get. After our first time there, they gave us a pretty hefty bar tab and treated us really well because, well, we were a party band and we got the whole crowd going. So you can look that band up on YouTube. It's under John Burroughs Project or JBP. I am loving this. This is delicious. But I love it every time I get a chance to have one of these. So if you see this in the store and you like stouts, you should try this stout. It's good. They are actually regulated by how much they can actually pour into a glass at the bar because they can't sell a certain percentage of alcohol to you. So usually you get them in these little snifters. It's not anywhere near even a 12-ounce beer. It's small. So I think that might be a Chicago rule. I'm not sure, but I will say that they don't stop you from getting a second and a third. Delicious stuff, and I'm really enjoying this. Thank you for this fabulous insert into the Lenten beer calendar, Big Tall Paul. A delicious addition on the first day of Lent. So, if I saw this in the store, would I pick it up? Oh yeah, I would. Yeah. If someone handed this to me at a party, would I be happy? I don't know of any parties where people would be stocking this multiples to hand to me at a party. But since I have had it handed to me at a party by my nephews, I will say I was always very happy to have it. So I am going to take this upstairs and enjoy it with my dinner, which I can tell is done because my wife has been running back and forth over my head. I can hear her getting to the oven to put the butter on the stuff. And, she found some dish online that's cabbage, sweet potatoes, and Polish sausage. And well, where can you go wrong with that, baby? So anyway, I'm going to take the rest of this upstairs. I'll probably pour the rest of this bottle out into this goblet. I'm already feeling the effects of this beer, probably because I haven't eaten in hours. But I will see you guys next time I've got an awesome beer to share. Thanks for tuning in.